is doing its little tinkering.
And recording had not even started. Jesus.
Oh, geez. It's been one heck of a day.
What a day. What a day. What a day. So, welcome to
Hi.
all my viewers, to all who are going to be watching this video. We are sorry we've been having a little bit of hiccups, but this is Entrepreneurship Day, and we are discussing on the secrets of how to just maintain the strength and the marathon running of an entrepreneurship life, because most of the time you find entrepreneurs are enduring instead of enjoying the journey. And so we are just sharing ideas on how to run the business in a more smooth way so that you can be able to, have a lovely journey. So Tamika, please introduce yourself again. I'm sorry for this. And
No problem, no problem. So I am my name is Tamika Nicole, and I also I have a small business here in Los Angeles, California. It is a mobile hearing aid center, and also I have a tech company, and we resell tech products. And I have a YouTube channel. It's called Becoming the Butterfly, where I focus on mindful meditations and meditation music. So that is me, and thank you for having me again.
it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. You have this persistence and resilience that just keeps going, and it actually reflects onto the channel that you're sharing, Becoming the Butterfly, where you're sharing the affirmations and the meditation that is just enabling, like me as an entrepreneur, for example, to be able to calm down, to be able to run also my business in a more peaceful way, which has been amazing. And I just thought that you could actually help most of the entrepreneurs who listen to my channel as I share investment ideas for all of us to become free in terms of time and just financially free and everything. And so I feel like just running this entrepreneurship marathon requires a lot of practices that one can put in place to be able to just run the business much better. And so perhaps you can share with us like what you do on a daily basis to just keep you going instead of enduring.
So one of the things that I do is I start my day off on a positive note, and that means like um, making sure that I have a routine.
Yeah.
So my routine in the morning is to wake up and say my prayers or my gratitude or meditation, whatever you like to call it. And then also move my body, exercise. I like to exercise. And that way I get my day started and my body moving on a positive note. And also drink water. I always drink water in the morning. That is the way that I make sure I'm nourishing my body in the best way, at least the start of the day, because you never know what happens the rest of the day. But if you started off on a good note,
Yeah.
you can't go wrong, right? So make
Yeah,
sure you're
very
nourishing
true.
yourself with positive things all the way around. So that means again moving your body, making sure that you're praying or meditating or sending out your gratitude, and then also nourishing with good things. Water is the best thing you can nourish your body with. So
Right. And it actually, reminds me how, you have most parents and most families, people are always in a rush in the morning. Like they'll think of taking a cup of coffee before anything else, yet the water is what is cleansing the body and just returns your balance in the right position and everything. But the rush of mornings, we actually teach our children bad habits of rushing because they see us rushing. So we can't force them to have breakfast and just nourish their body if we don't show the example, for example, by running up and down because we are like in a hurry, or like you have too many errands to run or something of the sort. So somehow your habit is really a healthy habit of just starting off with water and exercise and meditation and prayer. which I actually also do, because I believe when you start your day with gratitude, just thanking God that you're alive, you've seen another new day. It's part of like just asking also for strength to go through the day, not to just run up and down and feel the frustration and stress and everything. And so what other you speak a lot of affirmations on your channel, Becoming the Butterfly, and I hope my viewers who are watching me can get to check out this channel, Becoming the Butterfly, because you all need this affirmation. She has this powerful voice and everything, and perhaps you could share with us one affirmation or two or three today.
Yes, of course, of course. So one I think that is good for entrepreneurs and business owners is this one here. I will find a creative way to get through whatever comes my way today. I will find a creative way to get through whatever comes my way today. So, as an entrepreneur, you always have to find creative ways and solutions for problems. Sometimes something comes up and you're not sure how to approach it, how to get past it, how to jump over the hurdle. Tapping into your creativity is what will allow you to propel past that hurdle, that challenge. So, making sure that you say that to yourself first thing in the morning. I will find a creative day, a creative way to get through whatever may come my way today. That is an amazing one that I use, and it helps so much for me.
Great, great, great. For, personally, I would say I don't before I discovered your channel, I wasn't listening much to positive affirmations apart from just checking on audiobooks, which like I do a lot for self-development. And so I believe one of the secrets of really just maintaining this marathon and to run it properly is doing a lot of self development, investing yourself into books and audiobooks that can really empower your mind, empower you to think bigger, empower you to think better, and just strategies that can help to focus in a different way, because most of the audiobooks are from powerful people who have made it in the past or who are still existing but have made it so big. And so in a way it's more like an example. So I listen to a lot of audiobooks, and most of the time it's what literally makes me focus differently. But I have realized positive affirmations and listening to your channel, which has enabled me to literally be able to remind myself, because at times we forget, and you see, just saying such affirmations like I will find my way to work out whatever comes my way in a much better way, it actually makes you stand firm on the ground and remember, like, oh, I had that in the morning. To make you say this in the morning, and so it really, try and repeat it to myself, and there I go again. Whatever comes my way, I will not stress. I will look at it in a different way. So it actually enables one to really center their mind. And so I really hope that all entrepreneurs can get a chance to literally be able to listen more to your powerful affirmations with your powerful voice.
Yeah, and those affirmations are, it's just something that's actually, the more you listen to it, the more it goes into your subconscious mind and it becomes your identity. So, let's say I put out a video and it's strictly for entrepreneurs, which is a great idea and will be
Yes.
coming in the future. Which is a great idea. However, but listening to these affirmations, let's say you listen to it every night or every morning for 21 days. Eventually, those affirmations will become a part of you. So you'll find yourself on the 28th day finding creative ways to come up with solutions for your business, or even your personal life, or, just in general. So the more you listen to something, they say it takes 21 days for something to become a habit for you.
Yeah.
So if you're listening to these affirmations, positive affirmations, for 21 days, they become ingrained in your subconscious. And that way, as long as you are vibing with those affirmations and they are meaningful to you, they will have a positive outlook in your life, in your business, and whatever you'd like to apply it to.
Great, great, great. Okay. And so what are some other practices that you do to just keep going and not to have to endure like the difficulties and hurdles of entrepreneurship that come your way, for example?
So definitely I have to endure it. But I think a positive mindset helps me to get through it on in a way. So I try to look at it as, this is happening for me. What can I learn from this lesson? Um, what is it that I need to know to get past this hurdle? And if you look at it from that standpoint, then you can get past it, not unscathed, but definitely in a better position. You won't be so frustrated,
Sure.
right? So, for example, let's say all my technology is acting like, why,
Like today?
like, why me? Why today?
Yeah.
So, you know, there is a lesson behind that. Like, so maybe you weren't meant to have that meeting, or maybe you need a new computer, or maybe you need to dedicate some time on cleaning up the computer, or starting earlier, or whatever it is. There's always a reason behind why things are happening.
Sure.
It's what I've come to understand. And as long as you can find the lesson behind it, then you can move forward on a better note and better prepared for next time when it happens, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's one of the things that I try to think about when I'm going through a challenge, or if I'm having a disagreement with someone, I try to take myself out of the equation, because sometimes it's miscommunication that's happening,
Yeah.
and or the person is bringing in their own energy that has nothing to do with you.
True, true, true.
and and you have to stop in the middle of the disagreement, or the challenge, and give yourself a moment to really think 360 about what's happening. If you can think 360 and take yourself out of the equation, you can probably see a solution already. Like, oh, wait a minute, this has nothing to do with me. This is something that's come in with the
Yeah.
person. And so the way you react in a situation when you think it's about you versus when you think it's not even about you is going to be completely different. And that's going to be what makes or break the conversation, or makes or break the communication.
Very,
You changing your mindset to think, wait a minute, let me pull myself out of the equation and see what the real root of the issue is. And then once you can do that, then you can approach it in a way that'll be productive for yourself and your communication partner.
and you and professionally too.
Hmm.
And, s-
Absolutely.
and you see, that I must say, it's one thing that I have grown now with learning that experience of telling myself it's not happening to me. It's like supposed to just make me take time out a little bit. And I have learned like walking out of a situation that could, explode. So taking that time off to just, walk away a little bit and say, can I come back to this? Can I give my thoughts on this later? It has literally become so powerful in a way that it prevents you also from maybe making a very bad decision, uh, not to react maybe in a bad way to be it an employee, be it your partner, be it, you know, all round, like life wise, you know, like even if we're just talking about entrepreneurship, but all decisions, if you can just step out a little bit and be able to say, like, even if it's just 10, 5, 15 minutes walk and everything, and then coming back to it, it gives the time off to really reflect, like, what is happening here, and you analyzing those energies, as you just said, probably somebody else is bringing in bad energy, and so being able to analyze it, or taking now that call to just say, like, hey, what do you think about this? And that's why how a mentor comes in also once in a while. You can't always have to run through somebody else or something of the sort, because you need to be a sound decision maker as an entrepreneur. But just stepping out a little bit and trying to think twice is what literally helps one to make sound decision. And I feel like I really like the new position of growth that as an entrepreneur I have stepped into, I must say. And part of what in the past was, I was a very reactive person, like, no, 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 it can't be like this. No, 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 it can't be done like this. But it's not always my way that is right. You know, somebody else could be actually giving a much better solution, a much better decision. And sometimes when we are full of ourselves, which I would say was one of my weakness, thinking that only what I have to say is what counts, was part of the failure on why also things went down, I would say. So listening to others, and you know, Nelson Mandela says being the last to speak is contains so much power, because you have listened, taken time to listen to everybody. And so it gives you that time to, you know, take in every person's thoughts, every person's arguments and everything in around the business table, for example. And so you as a leader being the last to speak has so much volume. And it's one thing that I only learned recently from Nelson Mandela.
Yeah, and I subscribe to that for sure, because sometimes while other people are speaking, you come up with your own ideas. But this is what I would say: don't listen to respond, listen to understand,
Yes.
and then your response will come after that once you understand. And so you have to understand what is being delivered to you. And that means really taking it in, really listening to the words that are saying, and really digesting that. And being the last to speak allows you to really hone that in, because if you're the first to speak, you're just kind of blurting out all of this information, but you're not really taking it in because you're blurting it out, right? So if you take a moment and just listen and really let it sink in, then you can respond in a way that is going to be beneficial to both parties, something that you can actually digest. And then also, you're not responding in emotion because you've taken it in and you realize the whole picture. Once you get the whole picture, then you can respond. So I agree with that.
Yeah.
I and I'm infamous for being a listener and for being an observer.
That's
And
good. It's a
I
good
like to
quality.
listen. Yeah, I just sit and I watch and I listen and I observe, and I'm a very quiet person because I just watch. And I listen. And I just observe. That's just who I am. It's always been my nature.
And
So, but
it's a
I
very
get so
good
much
quality.
information. I get so much information about the quality of the person, about what they might be bringing into the conversation. Those They might have had an upsetting day before they saw you, or they might have had a happy day. But you can learn all of that by listening and paying attention to the person, their body language, and the emotions that you hear coming out from them.
And actually, body language is one practice, like all entrepreneurs. would need to keep learning and practicing, because when you get up maybe from home with bad emotions, maybe things didn't go well within the house probably, and you go to work, but now people are probably even in a better mood than you, and inside you there's so much emotions burning within, and having a body language that speaks positivity and trying to leave behind. I remember in my first job where I enjoyed so much being there, most of the time, our boss used to always say, if you want to have a fabulous day, if you want to enjoy work and make it the best, when you arrive at work, before the door opens, like lay out everything, leave behind the door. And even Master Sri Akashna tells us before you enter in his meditation room, he literally wants you uh, to leave your identity out of the room, like no memories, no stories, no future thoughts in, no negative emotions, no questions allowed in the room, and no thinking. Why? Because when you are entering into your working space, just like a meditation room, with that silence, with that open mind, then every opportunity that comes in, it comes in almost like some fresh breath of air that you need to react to it at that point in time. And it just shows the value of trying to leave behind the past, and just being in the present and living in the present moment is like one of the highest qualities, I must say, that I have been learning, and that as entrepreneurs I would really really urge that practicing just your body language and trying to see how you express yourself, how you leave behind the past and trying to live in the present moment is what will give you the success that you actually need as an entrepreneur. So this has been like a real good learning process, I must say.
Yes, I love it. I love it. And in the present moment, it's important. I agree. I agree.
Yeah. And so, just for the entrepreneurs, I don't know if you've gotten some of the secrets that we have gotten to share today that can keep you just going and running well. So, take time off, take time out to, like, just give yourself also some self care, and, let's do some self development, grow. But above all, get these affirmations that will keep you grounded, keep you making better decisions, and just running the race in a much more smooth way, and not having to, when I say enduring, is more like being in a thunder and you feeling like you're alone, but you're not alone. Think about the team. There's a clip that Beyonce just was being asked, like, what does it feel now to be like you're the one that is running the world and you're the one in the center? And she's like, no, I'm not the one running the world, because without the technicians, without all the people, that the lighting, the sound, all these people, if they're not there, I can't do anything. So despite being able to make it big as an entrepreneur, you need to realize all that surrounds you, all the people that are running the race with you, in such a way that you're actually taking care of each other, and not to think you are like the center of the world, is one thing that I have gotten out of this week's learning and everything, that is really special, and it's good.
Yeah, I agree with that. And as an entrepreneur, it's not about you, it's about your support system, and it's also about your customer. Most importantly, that's who you're serving. So you're creating this platform as an entrepreneur so that you can serve your customer,
Yeah,
so you can serve your client. So yeah, I agree with Beyonce. She doesn't do it alone. She can't do it alone. She
exactly.
needs the support of her team. She needs a costume designer. She needs the audio person. She needs the videographers. She needs all of
Exactly.
those people to be able to present in her vision to the world.
Yeah.
So as an entrepreneur, you could be your own Beyonce, but you definitely need that support. You definitely
Yeah.
need a team that's going to help you. Even with Master Shri Akarshna, he does not do it alone.
No,
He is the one. He's the one. He will say, "This is not about me. It's not about me. It's about reaching as many people as I can and spreading the love and the positivity." And he does not do anything without his team. He has a team, and they work together seamlessly to get it together to deliver the message. So
yeah.
definitely have to rely on your team, and that means that you have to be positive and um, encouraging as a leader, right? Because they are supporting you, so you need to support them in return. And that means all the positive energy that they're giving you, you need to give in return. And if they give you negative energy, give them positive energy, and it'll balance out. You
Exactly,
know, you
exactly.
have to you need them to support you so that you can do the work that you were meant to do. So
Yeah.
that's one of the things. So encourage your team as much as you can. And one of the things that I used to love when I was in grade school is that I would go into my physics class, and my physics teacher would put on the chalkboard a positive affirmation
Every day?
or a
Wow.
positive quote. It was different every day. It was amazing. He was the best. Like, I love physics because of him.
You literally have
And
grown up with that. That's why you have so much positivity you're sharing with the world, because you grew
yes,
up with it.
every single day, it was something positive. If it wasn't a physics quote, which we use every day now, I use physics quotes every single day of my life now.
Wow.
But the positive quotes also were up there. So every single day was something new written on the board, first thing in the morning. He'd talk about it for a moment, and then we'd get into physics. And so if you need to do that, write it on your mirror, a
Yeah.
positive affirmation, write it on your wall. If you have a whiteboard, write it on your whiteboard so that when you wake up in the morning, that's the first thing you see. And that's the way you start your day. Because, yes, it's definitely made a huge impact on my life. And I don't even remember the name of the teacher. I wish I did so I could go back and thank him, because he, like, teachers can make such a huge impact on children.
Oh,
So,
so big.
and as
So big.
an entrepreneur, you are a teacher.
Yeah.
So you are making a big impact on those people who are supporting you, your staff, your team. So make sure that the impact that you're giving is a positive one.
Yeah. And it's just funny the way you say about the teacher giving that instructions, because they say, what's the point of you being an entrepreneur if you're not imparting whatever you're growing on somebody else? Because it's either your child or an employee who is going to take over after you. So the best thing to do is literally to train the person to be like your shadow, in such a way that as you're creating that impact, you're always also keeping aware or watch of how you act, how you do things, because somebody else is trying to shadow you. And by that, they are learning how to continue actually your legacy in a way. So they should, all entrepreneurs, we should actually try to remember and know that everything that we are doing, we are trying to impact somebody else also just next to us who is supposed to take over from us or be able to just continue with it. And as you say, the teachers, being the say the best impact and everything. I remember one of my teacher whom I can remember actually the name, and she always reminded me there's a time when they wanted to take me for a position for a delegate position and everything, and I was not accepting because I was trying to please my friends, because I always saw how the delegates weren't being appreciated. And she told me, she put me on the side one day and she's like, Sylvia, you have leadership in you. You will always be a leader in your life. And that carried me like everywhere I went. I somehow had a position that I'm holding, but because she instilled it in my head, and so I believed it. And so I was growing with it every single time. And so as an entrepreneur today, I find myself actually just impacting those words also to my daughter and my son, but more of my daughter, because I've realized she already has an entrepreneur spirit like I am, at 8 years old. And my son is a bit more different, more like the father. And so imparting just every single time as an entrepreneur to others, but now the practices that you are taking care of, like working out. I try to even work out with her, and trying to just keep your mind and well-being in check. And by staying positive, putting the affirmations in place to remind you to stay grounded, some of these points that we are sharing today is part of what makes you run your business in a more positive way, and not feel like it's such a struggle, like you feel like you just can't take it anymore. And it's part of what I'm literally enjoying, being able to run the business with, amazing people like you, Tamika. I mean, they say when you're surrounding yourselves with winners, when you're surrounding with people who are having same objectives as you, then the journey just becomes like some sweet moment that you are enjoying, and I
Yeah.
want to say thank you so much. And I'm honestly truly honored to be able to have you, because as you inspire me, we grow literally together, because we are growing towards a similar objective of, creating better inspiration to people, aspiring to just inspire the world as we grow together. And this, I must say, as an entrepreneur, I am honored, humbled, and really proud to be in partnership with you along the way. And I believe we will get to enjoy the fruits in the long run also together, because we are doing this, like out of love and humility, which is what I literally feel in my heart. And so, as entrepreneurs, do surround yourself with amazing people who, like, are giving you support in a way that you're also able to give back, and you grow together in a better way.
I agree. I agree. And also surround yourself with people who have the same values as you, because, all entrepreneurs are not, they're not genuine and what they're trying to deliver. They have an idea in mind. They want to make money, and they're not it, by any means necessary, right? And if that's not you, then don't surround yourself with that type of person, because those traits will rub off on you, and you don't want that. So, or maybe you do want it, but the gist is surround yourself with like-minded individuals, not, or people who you aspire to be like, who have tenacity, and who also they have that the grit to move forward.
Yeah.
So one of the things, like, one of my mentors is amazing. He's an amazing individual. He's altruistic, and love him. But the one thing that I have gained from him that has been great is his work ethic. I admire his work ethic. I don't care what day of the week or the year it is, he is working on something. And so I aspire to have such a work ethic, because there are days where I just want to sit down and do nothing. But
Yeah.
he has that work ethic that I aspire to attain. So I surround myself with people who I want to be like. Master Shri Akarshna. He has a beautiful love energy about him.
Yeah.
I want that about me. So I aspire, and I emerge myself in those type of people who I aspire to be like. So if you want to be like Jeff Bezos, then find you a Jeff Bezos,
Yes.
and become his mentee, and that will allow you to get into the space where you can be that type of person.
And
So
I
surround yourself.
you just may reminded me of an incident that happened. We had a seminar last weekend with Master Shreya Kashna, and my goodness, I was sleepy. I literally was gonna doze off, and I was like, my body can't relate anymore. It's just not in sync. And he gave me, it was like a slap on the face somehow. And his talk, of reminding me what the importance of resilience is, and making me realize, like, if you do, push-ups, like 100 of them, and tell yourself like you need this, you gotta get up. Do you know, Tamika, it has put me into saying, if he can do videos every day for his channel, why can't you, Sylvia? And so, despite the fact that at times you're like, my goodness, I missed my hour, but because we are also doing things last minute, but attaining that mastery level of doing things like the real master now, being able to deliver, is one thing that, my goodness, I can't lie to you, it has just been like mind blowing. And trying now to work to attain such mastery, and gaining and earning, learning from powerful people who are doing the best. Just as you say, find your Jeff Bezos. For us, we are lucky to have Master Shira Kashna. But for me, Oprah has always been like my iconic person, and Barack Obama. But to attain that mastery level, to attain what they've been able to deliver to the world, but because, when you hear that despite feeling sick, why are you feeling sick? Why did you let your body get sick? And Master just said it. It's because you don't believe the strength and the muscle power of your body can be able to be resilient enough, then you shouldn't be sick. So he literally enables you to, just train your muscles into gaining that strength, to gain the strength of your body by doing that exercise, because you should be able to do it. And if you can't attain it, then practice every day until you can attain it. And this is some of the practices as entrepreneurs we would just like to urge you to practice. That, what you desire, when you put your objective ahead of you and you write it down and tell yourself, like, I want to have 10 million by this time of the year. Then write it down, look at it twice every day, and work towards it. What are you going to do to attain it? What are you willing to give to the world to be able to get that 10 million? What are you willing to do to just be able to do? And you see, Master Shri Akashna tells you that if you can be able to work hard at it, give it your very best, then there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to attain it. There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to earn it. And I keep repeating Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich. Have you read it?
Yes, yes.
As in, like, he literally makes you know and think that if you really want it and if you work towards it, then there's no reason why you shouldn't have it. And so, as entrepreneurs, just, surrounding yourself with this greatness, with this powerful minded people. And, Tamika, I wish I could show the photo where you're actually meeting Master. And I'm just so like, wow, I'm proud of you, girl.
Yeah, Master, he's an amazing individual, and he mimics a lot of things that a lot of the big names that I aspire to know, and that positive energy that you can attain whatever you want in life as long as you are consistent, persistent,
Yeah.
and you keep your mind open to being able to attain it, because you have to have the mindset to be able to attain it.
Yeah.
Um, so he's an amazing individual. I was able to meet him, and it was a surreal experience, but it was definitely one that was full of love and positivity, and you know, forever in my memory and in my heart. And yeah, I'm definitely honored to have been able to meet him, and you know, be in his space.
That's
But
amazing.
yeah, he has a lot of integrity, and that's it's very important that you have integrity about yourself, about your work, about who you plan to serve or service. So Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got a little bit mixed up. I'm like feeling that master energy again. I'm like,
Okay, okay, okay. We'll
let me
let you
come
keep
back to
it. We will let you keep it for the longest time possible. But I believe today we have really shared valuable content for entrepreneurs to be able to just, find themselves. And I hope that you have been able to listen all the way to this point. And if you have, then you will realize that you can get connected with powerful members, get connected even with us. You have to make it where I put her in details every single time. And on becoming the butterfly, where you can get also to discover her channel and get to follow her and talk to her directly also from the comments, so that we can interact with you from there as our viewers and everything. But so we hope that you have gotten the point of maintaining your health, taking time out, connecting with powerful people, and just taking the time to realize that you are inspiring and connecting and tutoring somebody who is shadowing you, that you can be able to harness just that positive energy. Check your body language. If things are not all right, be able to just find a way to communicate in a much better way, so that your students, your workers, your employees, your partners can get a much better positive energy out of you, and so that the company can be able to grow in a much better direction and go forward much better. So thank you
yeah.
so much, Tamika. I'm so, so grateful that you were able to avail yourself and to be here. Beautiful and dazzling as always. Thank you so much,
Thank
my
you.
dear.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
It's a pleasure. And so, to our viewers, do not forget to like, to subscribe, and to definitely check out Becoming the Butterfly for the positive affirmations, because nobody does it better than this amazing lady to make her. So, thank you so much for listening and have a fabulous day. Bye bye.
Bye.
Oh, I forgot to say, remember to leave, love, and learn.